Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we are back with some more uh, cakes and cookies, and we are going to be making a tiramisu. So let's get the dough going. We're going to first do the crust. So we need butter. Oh, we got to order some more. That was our last butter. Let's order 10 of those. Close this up. Alright, now we got to melt this. While we're melting this, let's grab a machine bowl. Which one has the hook? This one. Alright, so let's go get some water. Oh, come on, I did it again. The easiest way to get rid of the water when you overfill it, just go to the trash can. Just make sure you only push the button once, because if you push it twice, you throw it out. Now we're a little over. Let's check our butter. We're almost there. So let's set this down, because we ain't got time to go back there now. Let's just finish up the butter real quick. So how's everybody doing today? Hope they're all doing well. I'm really enjoying this game. I'm going to do a video on the main game. Oh, yeah, that is coffee. Okay, thought I was putting the wrong thing in there for a second. Oh, 24 more milligrams. And stop. And we need biscuit crumbs. 300 grams. Now, that's the other thing in this game. You want to try to get as close to the measurements as you can. Otherwise, the recipes don't come out right. Now, this is tricky to do the pouring. There'll be a little red dot that shows up in the where it's gonna land. You want to try to do that. Let's turn the mixer on, and then we're gonna do. This is the crust. So now the crust is finished. We got our pans all laid out already. We already did one batch of crust. I like to have two because I like to do. I want to try to do one layered. All right, so we need 500 milligrams of cream cheese. That's two of these. We need one of mascarpone. All right, and we are going to need 200 grams of powdered sugar. Stop. I overfilled it again. Cocoa. 50 grams of cocoa. Well, we'll get a little extra. Now we're going to mix this using our hook attachment. Alright, now we're going to go add 100 grams of pastry flour. Oh, and stop. I can never hit it directly on. And when I do, it's extremely lucky. Now we're going to need 2 eggs. Okay, we're going to have to order eggs. I think it holds 10, so let's order 10. Now I just hold it over the trash, and then the eggshells stay there. I think it's weird how the eggs crack in this game, but there we go. Now we're going to mix this using the hook attachment. And that's the whole recipe. Pretty quick, pretty simple. Now we're going to throw this beside the other dough. We're going to grab our other crust. And then we're going to take this and we're going to start with our pans. We're going to do two crust in each pan. Now we're going to take the dough, and we're going to do 4. So you're always going to have, was that 3 or 4? I think it was 4. And we're going to need 1 more. You're always going to have more crust than you do. You're going to have leftover crust is what I'm trying to say. All right, so the pan will tell you you're going to cook it for 4 minutes at 160 degrees. So set the oven temperature 160, and then you click on this, get it up to 4 minutes. Oops, there we go. And as soon as you close the door, the timer will start. Now the smaller one's going to do 3 minutes at 160. And these ovens will automatically shut off, so you don't got to worry. So we're going to do 3 minutes. Boom. We'll just get all these going. And like I said, the oven automatically shuts off. This one's going to be 4 minutes, the bigger one. And having 6 ovens really is a good thing because you can get them all in. They'll all be cooking while you work on others' stuff. This one's 3 minutes. Now you don't have to do layers. I'm going to do some that are not layers and some that are layers. Tiered. This one's 4 minutes. Whoops, back up. And then finally our last one. Okay, and then I'm going to show you. We already have some donuts ready. 160, 3 minutes. And then we just close it up. So we have some cookies ready. We're going to decorate up these cookies. Let's put them all over here so they're closer together. Now the cookies you can also fill just like cakes. These are chocolate chip cookies, but you can fill them up. Now I should look, I didn't even look to see, today's hashtags are bittersweet, dried cranberry, egg, and fantasy. So you really should try to hit the hashtags. We got the sweet part down. We'll do some bitter, we'll add some cocoa dusting to the top. I also believe we have cranberry as a sprinkle top, so we can do that. But this is the slower part of the process of baking. The cooking part doesn't take that long. It's the decorating part. Especially the filling. The filling takes a bit. But it's relaxing. It's not stressful like the main cooking game. The main cooking game, you're on like a big time crunch of getting the orders out in a few minutes, making sure they're done properly and not burning. This one, your ovens are automatic, so you're not going to burn anything as long as you've set the timer correctly. The only thing you have to watch for time in this game is the fryers. The fryer will not shut off, so if you're making donuts, make sure you're watching them. Now we got to pick our frosting. Let's see, we got this one's moist and sweet. This one's crunchy. buttery. So we don't really have any that are bitter. So we're just going to use the red one for the color. And let's just set this here, grab our knife, or decorating spatula. And the other thing you do with these is I'll show you after I get one layer done. Come on. It's picky on hitting the right angle sometimes. Sorry about this. Usually it's not this finicky. I might need to move my pan. Kind of far away from the table. Alright, we get this last one. There we go. Now you see it'll pop up a hashtag box. Now if you click with your R1, it'll show you the diet hashtag. It's chocolate chip cookies, they're nut-free, variety, recipe, and right now they're labeled as simple. And they list the flavors. So leave it on this one. Alright, take your scooper. Did I just... Oh, knocked it down. Get back here. Good thing there's a cover on you. Now we take this, and you take your scooper, and we want something bitter, so we're going to use cocoa. Now once you sprinkle this, you can adjust the size. Whoops. I don't want to go too big. Well, oh well. Once you get these sprinkled, I'll show you the hashtag again. And see if it changed any. Let's just finish off the scoop. Okay, now it's empty. Alright, now let's put it down real quick. Now they're labeled as advanced. Okay? Because we added sprinkles to it. So now if you go over here, dried cranberries, which is another one of our hashtags. So we bring this over. Now we'll sprinkle some of these on. Now let's just do the big one in case we have a little bit left. Alright, we're empty. Now if you hold on it, now we've gone up to professional. Now if you take one more, let's do some coconut. And add some coconut to them. We're going to do it big right off the bat. And just empty it out. There we go. Now it should say, why is it back to advanced? Usually when you add another one, it goes to professional, then to masterpiece. Oh well, we shouldn't have put the coconut on. Alright. Well, let's just throw this up in the window. Alright, let's go see if our tiramisu is done. Yes, it is. Now I'll show you this part. When you take it out, we have a thermometer here. And if you put the thermometer in, see how the needle moves? If it goes into green, it's good. Anything below the green, it's undercooked. In the red, it's burnt. So now we're going to throw this down here. I'm going to take this over to our baking sheet. Plop it on there. Now we can take this and throw it on our decorator here. Now, even the tiramisus you can fill if you want to fill them. All right, let's see. Lime curd is sour. Let's double check our hashtags. Bittersweet, dried cranberry, egg, and fantasy. So we don't want sour. We want sweet, egg, and bitter. Blueberry is sweet. Chocolate is sweet. Okay, we have no buttery, so let's, you know what, let's not fill this one. You know what, I'm going to fill it. Sorry. Second guessing myself here. So let's do the chocolate curd, or chocolate custard. And we'll fill this up. All right, now we're going to frost it. Let's do the red wine frosting on this also. All right, so now we are still at simple. Now for the bitter, we're going to do the cocoa again. Let's just sprinkle this up. Now this time I'm going to remember not to add coconut. Oh, we ran out. We got to get some more. The bigger they are, the more scoops it'll take to do the shaking. So let's just sprinkle it all again. I wish it showed up better. But you can hear it shaking, so you know it's working. See, now we're at masterpiece. Now, one way you can get, like, the fantasy, see, these are flowers, so that's not going to work. Now, you can go in here, and they might have fantasy bundles in here that you can buy. That's in clubs, cars, holidays, oceans. There, see, there's a fantasy bundle right here. We unlock this, and now we can take a couple of these. They're expensive, but they'll meet the hashtag. And then you just position it where you'd like it. So we're just going to put 2 on here. And there we go. Now it's labeled masterpiece. It's got the, I think it meets almost every hashtag. And bam, throw it up there. Now let's see, we got another large. So let's bring this one over here, put it on our cookie sheet. Come on, let me put it there. Now we're going to put it up on the thing, because we're going to bring the medium one over. Now this is a medium loaf pan. There's also a small loaf pan. I didn't buy any of those yet. So let's throw that down. Just drop it real quick. Now on here we're going to take, we're not going to fill this one. This one we're just going to put directly on. Now we're going to put this down and we're going to layer it. So we're going to throw this one on here. Now you can do a third layer also. You can either do another medium. You could do a small on top and make it a 3-tier cake. Then you can take your sprinkles. and get them set where you want them. We're going to do the top first. All right, that was empty. So now we're going to do the sides. And this time, this one we're going to add cranberry. Now on the sides, if you get this positioned, do the shake, then you can use your L2 button. This works better if it's a round cake. But just get it positioned and shake some on. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just get some of the cocoa on it. But yeah, you can turn the cake. Okay, that's it for that. Now let's grab some cranberry, because this is part of the hashtag. The more hashtags you can hit, the better it does for your store rating. So we're only going to do the top this time. Alright, now let's see what our shows. This is still a masterpiece. Now these, whoops, that's the animal one. These fantasy ones, if you notice, they're $11 a piece. Now on this one, we're just going to put a pink bow. That way we'll meet the hashtag. It'll make a little extra money than if it didn't have the hashtag. Drop it on. And then we're going to throw it in the window. I don't want it there. Let's put it up here. Now you just keep doing that through each thing. Like your cookies, these are already filled, so let's finish frosting them. Now these I don't think I'm going to do sprinkles. I'm just going to put them frosted. I know they'll still be considered what they call simple. But I like to keep a variety going. Oh, we're empty. I don't like doing them all exactly the same. The only problem is I end up getting into the decorating and then I run out of time and I don't have very much in the window. Now, one other method you could do is bake a whole bunch of stuff one day. Then the next day, take to decorate. That'll give you 2 days where you're not actually selling anything if you wanted to. And then just have a big sale day. There's lots of ways that you can play the game. But I like playing because it's relaxing. Of course, I like baking. The birds singing in the background. Alright, so let's see. You can also do this. Take your camera and say you want to take a picture. You push your R3 button. Now you can zoom in. You know what? I want to move that. Can I take this back? I want to get a better picture of it. Alright, so let's take the photo. Boom. There we go. I'm going to save it. Too bad I can't take a screenshot with it. Alright, now let's put it back up in the window. Now we already have some stuff in the window. So now you could, if you wanted to, you could choose to end the day. Now I'm just going to finish doing these last bits of tiramisus. I'm going to do them individually now. I'm not going to do any more tiers. Whoops, put it on a baking sheet, fool. Because we still have more we can cook. Let's get another large out. Get these, because we're probably going to run out of time before we even get any donuts done. So let's get these decorated up. This one, let's fill. Oh, it's not going to let me fill that one. Okay. Usually you can. Maybe there's not enough custard in it. Maybe that's why I did it. Now I got to go around this side. If there's not enough to fill it, it will do that. Yeah, that was a problem. Alright, so there's our custard. Now this one I'm going to do, I believe I'm going to do the yellow. Give it a little different look. And then we'll grab some cocoa. Again, sticking with the hashtag. We'll do a large shake. We'll do 1 scoop of cocoa, and then we'll do 1 scoop of cranberry. We'll raise our circle up so it's quicker. There. Now this is labeled Masterpiece. We're good to go. So this one can go in the window. It's another large, so let's put it down here. Now let's see what we want to do with this one. I think this one we're going to do caramel. Let's do the caramel because it's buttery, and I think buttery was one of our hashtags. So throw the caramel on, and then we'll hit the bitter. I mean, you can do a lot of decorating. There's a the cake decorator that you can put the tips on, and you can draw patterns. I haven't got the hang of that yet. I got to do some more practicing with it. But we also have fresh fruit here. You can actually cut the fruit up and put fruit on top of the cakes, if you so choose. Alright, this is now a masterpiece, so we're going to throw this into the window. Now that's a smaller one, so it fits there. Now let's take this last one here. This one I'm going to do, I'll show you how I do the fruit, if it lets me. Oh, come on. I don't know why it gets picky sometimes. There we go. If you don't have enough room, or it doesn't think you have enough room, it does that. Alright, so let's grab some chocolate glaze. And then we're going to grab sorry, my phone's buzzing over here. I'm going to grab my phone real quick. Okay, sorry about that. Nothing important. Alright, now, should we do the chocolate too, or just fruit? We got oranges, apples, kiwi. Kiwis are moist and sweet. We don't really have anything bitter, I don't think, for fruit. Cherries probably aren't bitter. Lime would be sour. So yeah, we don't really have any fruit that would be considered bitter. So we'll just stick to the cocoa for the bitter side. We're at 3:22 p.m. The day ends. Well, the selling starts at about 5:58. So you really want to try to be done and ready to go at 5:50. That way you got a little leftover time. So this is our last tiramisu that we have cooked. So let's get this up on the shelf. There. Now, see, this one I just decorated on the cookie sheet. I didn't even put it on the pan. We got a couple of packages of cookies, so let's finish off the cookies. And after we get these cookies out, we'll see if we do have enough time to do the donuts also. So let's throw some caramel frosting in here. I think it was the caramel that was buttery. Yep. Alright, so let's frost these bad boys up. I was saying, you have the cake decorator, and you can change the colors of the frosting with it. There's different tips you can buy, so you can draw different shapes and whatnot on your cakes. This is the part that's tricky, is when you get to when you're too far or too close to the, oh, I'm out of frosting, that's why. Too far or too close to the pan, it'll do that. Let's get this other pan finished frosting. And then we can do the quick sprinkles. Get these in the window. Now what you want to try to do is you're trying to raise your bakery level. You start at level 50 and you're trying to get your bakery to number 1. So any day that you can make good sales and hit the hashtags, you should go up in level. I think we're at like level 49 or 48. We haven't been too successful at raising our level yet. Alright, so let's grab some cocoa. We're now 3:54, so we're getting close on time. I don't really think we're going to get any of the donuts out today. Let's just do a big sprinkle. Get as many as we can. A lot of it probably goes on the pan, but at least we get some on each cake. I mean, you can do it the slow and individual way. I'm just trying to rush a little bit because we're running out of time on the clock. So let's hit those. This way I make sure I at least get some decorations on them before I put them in the window. And we're going to throw some cranberry on here. Now these I'm not going to do big. I'm just going to do the small circle. Take a little extra time. Make sure we hit each one. Now they don't have to be perfectly centered. You can like do a little pattern if you want. And then we'll get through to the sales part. I think that's it. Yeah. All right. Let's get the last tray done. We'll check what our hashtags are saying now after I get these sprinkled. We're at 4:14, so that clock is ticking pretty quickly. And we're not going to be able to get any of the donuts done. What we can do is we might have time to get the rest of our tiramisu cooked, because they only take 4 minutes. Alright, so there we go with that. Now these hashtags say professional, and they don't say bitter though. But they're at least ranked up to professional, so we got that going for us. Now remember, there's a lot of physics in this game, and you can drop these on the floor if you move too quick. If you, like I just ticked that shelf, if you hit the shelf too hard, it'll throw your cupcakes everywhere. It's really bad. It takes a while to get used to the physics. Alright, so let's open these up. Now, where's our other pan here? I'm not sure how much dough we have left, but let's just get all our pans ready. Now we're going to do 2 crusts in each pan. Oops, only had 1 left on that one. So let's grab another one. I'm not sure if we'll have enough to do 4, because we only have a little bit of this left. So there's 4, 4. We only got 3 in that one, so that one's going to be a little smaller. You can still cook it though. So let's throw this one up here. And it's still 4 minutes. So let's just get the clock going. Always check your time. Make sure you got time. We're at 4:38, so we got about an hour. This one's also going to take 4 minutes. So let's hit the 4 minutes. That way these will be ready tomorrow to cook. Now this one's only going to take 3 minutes and 30 seconds because we're 1 layer shy. I mean, it'll still work. It'll still come out good. It's just a little shorter than the other ones. We'll go that one done. And one last one. This one takes 3 minutes. Let's just check our temperature. Sometimes you're going to make sure you didn't actually accidentally change it. Alright, so there we go with that. Now we got a little crust left over. We're just going to leave that. Let's clean up a little bit of this mess. Now we can put our loaf pans away. Oh, that one's already got pans in it. Let's put these in here. I like to take a little bit of time at the end of the day to clean up some of the mess. Like we got our cookie trays. Just keep those over here. And these are called brown cookie cake pans, because basically your cookies are more like cupcakes in this game. And we got our cake trays. Sometimes this is tricky to get these on here. Like, it's really picky sometimes on letting you throw them on there. That's why sometimes you'll see I have them over here, because it just won't let me put them away. Now you can take a sponge and clean things up or sweep up the floor, but in this game, if you just let it stay in the morning, it'll all be cleaned up for you. The little magic elves come out at night and clean your restaurant. I think that's it for eggshells anyway. Let's see. We got any other cleaning we can do? It's 5:04, so we still have a little bit of time. We probably could have got a couple of donuts out. Let's just get the trays out. We can get some on the trays. Then we can be ready to cook some more. Why did you not pick those up? You had plenty of room on this pan. If you stand just right, you can actually get 12 donuts on a pan. But you have to stand just so, because it's peculiar on how you're standing when it picks things up. Now, I think we might have managed to get 12 on this pan. 3, 6, 9, 12. See, yeah, you got 12 on that pan. And some of them you only get 8. It just depends on how you're standing at the counter. And we still have enough to make 28 more donuts in the dispenser. Our pots are all empty. I looked in the book to buy, and I was going to buy another mixer. That way I wouldn't have to swap out the tops all the time, but you can't buy a mixer. We have, I'll show you in the book, under utensil, whoops, wrong button. Under utensils is where you can buy a lot of things. Like you can buy nozzles for the thing, another frosting cake trays, measuring cups, the food processor container. You can buy another egg yolk splitter. All these different attachments for your pastry syringe is what they call it. It's actually a cake decorator. Colanders, more donut attachments, another dough dispenser. You could buy different sized rotating table. And you can buy different paddles and stuff, but you can't actually buy the mixer. I was really hoping you could because I wanted to buy another mixer so I didn't have to keep exchanging the tips back and forth. Alright, so now we're just basically waiting for our time to click down. So let's grab our sponge. Let's clean up a little bit of this over here. Not put it down. Oh, it is working. Okay. Well, that works. I like how you just move that out of the way. Gotta have a clean bakery. It's not really dirty, so I'm just wiping it up a little bit. I don't think we used anything over here. Let's just wipe off our cutting board. We're at 5:43, so the selling time is going to start pretty quickly. We don't have any more messes to pick up. Now we're about to get the sales. And when we get to the sales, now when you point at this, see how the up top of the screen, it shows like there's an X on filling. We didn't fill it, but we decorated it. It's layered. It's got sprinkles. We didn't do any drawing, and it's got the things. I don't know why the picture's not lit up because we took a picture of it. But the checked marked ones means that you did that to it. And we are at masterpiece on this one. So that is a good thing. It's labeled coffee. That's the ingredients. Does not say, oh, these are our hashtags. Nut-free variety masterpiece recipe tiramisu loaf pan. But it's not listing like bitter. So I don't know if that's gonna play hard on us. We'll find out really shortly. But we did cover the bitter. We got the cranberry. We got the fantasy on there. So it should do pretty good hashtag-wise. But the selling part, which is starting now, and you'll see. See how they get the little faces? Really? They're not even going to buy the tiramisus? Oh, there we go. I mean, those are the ones that take the hashtag. And it looked like we had 4 cookies left. Oh, when we ranked up 4 spots. That's pretty good. Now let's see what it says. Okay, we had 12 that liked the cranberry. I'm still trying to figure this part out. Said we had a total of 6 customers. 74 preferences were met. We got 64 in quality. So we did pretty good. And we made 385 baking points, 100 perk points, and we have $1,967. We went up $723. All right, so I'm going to leave this episode here, guys. Thank y'all for watching. I really appreciate it, and we will do more of this. But as for now, have yourselves an amazing day.